everyone. Good morning. This is a new camera angle. I've been doing these live painting sessions almost every day for a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks. I'm not sure. I need to check. It's been really fun. It's really helped me get over some creative block and just get back into the creative process. I really enjoy sharing it with everyone. I have a lot of time lapses and things on my TikTok and Lemonade of these sessions, and I have full recordings on my subscription TikTok page as well as on my YouTube, which is Dragonfly Heart Art also, but with one A art. I'm also working on setting up my website, and I have some course offerings that I'm working on, and a gift shop thing. So I have a lot of fun stuff planned, focusing on the style of watercolor at the center. I've been calling it watercolor like oil because that is kind of like one way I've heard other people describing the style that I've been doing, that I was calling hypersaturation, which is more technical, but not doesn't mean as much unless I explain what it means, or unless someone already knows um, a little bit about, watercolor and painting and such. So yeah, definitely gonna keep doing the live streaming. Turns out I really like art blogging, and I want to do that almost every day, at least 5 days a week, I think. But sometimes I come on a few times a day, depending on if I have time or what's going on. I have no real plan today. Not really though. I just kind of jumped in, and part of what's nice about a painting for me, a painting like this that I've been working on for a long time, I don't have to think a whole lot about. It's easier to drop into flow with it, Whereas I think I put a lot of analytical energy into the beginning of the painting, putting the composition together, and but I do want to start a new painting soon since my name of my practice is Dragonfly Heart. I have a painting I did I think I did in 2013, maybe 2014, that is when I started my massage therapy practice, and used my painting I used my paintings for marketing for that and for teaching yoga and stuff. And um, so I did a painting of a dragonfly that I really like, that I had hung up in my practice when I had an office that I practiced at. And that was a really nice period of things. I had to stop practicing because of arthritis. So then it became just my art practice. Um, and So I'm in a new phase of things. So I think it's time to do a new dragonfly painting to be the new logo for the website I'm putting together, and all of that. So I'm going to start working on that next, and I'll vlog that with you all too. So that'll be a fun project. And um, as much as I do love this painting and I want to keep working on it for like another 10 years or something, I think it's almost done, and I'm going to try to wrap it up in the next week or two. See a little better what I'm working on just now. I'm going to get some more Pyrrole red as I get into these more saturated layers, because you start with the water diluting most of the paint. But but in this style where you're having these oil type effects with the watercolor, um, that I'm interested in, and that a lot of people seem interested in, as you get into the more surface layers. You're basically, I'm trying to say that I'm going to just paint right from the tube. Like, it's like if you had an oil, it's like a different scale. Because usually you would dilute it in water, right? It's watercolor, but at this point for this, I'm going to start working with it almost at well, like 100, you could say 100% saturation, because if there's no water added or almost no water added, basically. I'm kind of starting to work in like an 80 to 100% saturation level. If you work with computers doing design, you can think of it kind of like the opacity on Photoshop. Welcome. Chromium orange. How is this angle? I was hoping so you can see more of the desk and the palette. I'm going to get back into the magenta of it now. I want to do some magenta over every section, and that might be the last step or the nearly last step. I might want to go over some of these blues again and indigos, and I want to go over the green again and the face especially, and I want to do a layer of magenta over everything, which doesn't mean painting everything magenta, but like how this area I added some magenta over this section wherever I felt like it, and here, and now I'm going to do this section with the magenta, and I might be a tiny bit in the grass for like some flowers or something, we'll see, but definitely in the water, so the sky and the water reflect each other. And I might touch up the base with this blue mark, and that'll be it. Yeah, hard to wrap up a project you you really like, you get really attached to. So I'm gonna work with a script brush that's a little bigger than this detail brush for this section because I was working in this really detailed area, but I don't want to get too hemmed into that over here. And I'm gonna rinse out my water because I'm shifting from warm to cool colors right now, and my water is pretty warm. And I am going to put some more oat milk in my Oh, you know what? I need to add some cocoa powder to this. Started this morning. Let's get some magenta in the sky. going to add some more unicridone maroon. I have a lot on the palette, but it's dilute. So again, I'm working with it at a higher saturation. Now that I'm working these top layers of this painting. I'm really happy with that. I want to go into this section of the face that has some of that same indigo. I'm going back to this very small brush. My coffee is so much better now that it's full of chocolate. Wild, huh? Okay. If I want to add more palette too. No, that's so as you can see, you can definitely use an indigo, like a deep indigo, um, as a black, or instead of a black if you are doing the kind of style that you don't use that pigment, depending on what you're But for this painting, it looks like that is the deepest color, the darkest color. When there was this the urge to try to, blot up this little tiny dot of purple that is in the green area, and just, I decided I like it. But yeah, I try, the longer the more I try to embrace those kinds of seeming imperfections as I work, even in pieces that try to be perfect in some way, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm gonna add some magenta to that. And I've definitely said before that watercolor has really helped me with that and really inspired me to kind of have that approach more. Although definitely not, it's definitely something that you can see in many mediums. More of the violet. I feel that the violet and the magenta are variations of the same color. Let me know what you think. But over here I have a violet and a magenta. Those are their names on the tubes. This is more of the violet. So it's very close to the magenta. It's a little more on the purple side. Magenta is a little more on the pink side. I think that's the difference. That's my theory. A lot of color theory I was taught, and I can tell you, like, this is just something that I'm like, this is just something I'm observing. I don't know if anyone else has observed it. That looks nice. I don't want to overwork that area. I definitely want to go back and do some brighter magenta in the surrounding areas again. But if I do that today, it will all bleed together. So that's a really important thing. Watercolors in your head, you kind of think of these sections that you're working on. Um, and as it dries, like I could work all day and I could work in this area and come back when this had um, dried in an hour, and then go back in there. So that's how you can do it if you're on a tight schedule, I suppose. Not that I'm not on a tight schedule, but I am taking care of my baby full time at home, so my schedule works out that I have an hour or a half hour here and there. I am so happy with how this is looking. I feel like that's a good place to stop today. I worked two big sections. I went over some of the body, and I did these deep indigo and magenta and violet sections. And next time I work on this painting, I'll continue to work on doing the magenta in this swath, in the water down here. I'll see if I can do those together because they kind of match, and sometimes it's a nice way to work like that. So, yeah, go ahead and give me a follow if you are new and you'd like to see more of my work. I would love to connect with you and be part of your community. I'm all about community building. I'm so glad. I was just thinking, I'm so glad social media is like seems to be going in that direction because um, I'm all about it. So uh, check out my Lemonade and for more short form and time lapses and summaries and clips of my blogging, and my YouTube is where you can my YouTube and my subscription page on TikTok are places where you can find the full recordings of most of my live streams, unless they have terrible technical issues, which has been a problem this week, and I apologize. I think today went better. So, um, anyways, you can find my long form on my YouTube. All that's on my page, on my profile, if you want to check it out. And I am building my website and building a course on how to paint watercolor like oils. And I'll be focusing on the technical skills that you need to work with watercolor in those ways in a very structured and organized way, that you can apply to an infinite iterations, infinite forms of how you express your art, or how you are wanting to explore art, or but anyways, it's going to be based on providing training on skills that you need to do whatever you want to do with it. So I hope that you'll check out more of my work. I do a lot of this art vlogging too, if that is more your vibe. And thanks for visiting today. Have a good day.